Good morning and Jai Hind one. First of all of you have to switch on your video. Switch on your video. Yes, all of you switch on your video. Okay. So here we start from eighth question. Sorry, 17th question of part of seventh question. Here you have to prove that tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3 is equal to pi. So that is that question is solved here on the screen. That is board. So only you have to note the solution. So just I discussing how you solve that. So you know tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. Now if you applying the formula for tan inverse x plus tan inverse y in tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3. So here you see that the product of 2 into 3 is 6, which is greater than 1. And for greater than 1, you have to use pi plus tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. So here you have to write pi plus tan inverse 2 plus 3 upon 1 minus the product of 2 into 3, that is 6. And if you're simplifying here, so you have the value pi. So note that, you note it. Okay. Next question. Now question number 18. So here you have to take left side, and the question is you have to prove that cot inverse xy plus 1 upon x minus y plus cot inverse yz plus 1 upon y minus z plus cot inverse zx plus 1 upon z minus x is equal to pi. So if your first term is cot inverse xy plus 1 upon x minus y. So you can see that your denominator is x minus y, so no doubt x is greater than y. So first you think about it, then we solve here. So here it is given x is greater than y. And for the second term, you have cot inverse yz plus 1 upon y minus z. So it shows that y is greater than z from the denominator. So if you have these two results, x is greater than y and y is greater than z. So if you are combining these two results, here you see that x is also greater than z. X is also greater than z, but in third term here it is given z minus x. Z minus x. So no doubt z minus x term becomes negative. So the complete quantity of the third term, that is cot inverse zx plus 1 upon z minus x, is less than 0. That be less than 0, that means negative. That's why first of all you have to convert all the terms of cot inverse into tan inverse by using the formula cot inverse x is equal to tan inverse 1 upon x. Understand? So there is no any problem for the first term and second term. But while writing the third term, here you see that the terms of with cot inverse is less than 0, that means negative. So it can be written as pi plus tan inverse x, tan inverse 1 by x. Understand? That concept is to be kept in your mind. Understand? So just write, take its left side, cot inverse xy plus 1 upon x minus y plus cot inverse y minus z upon y minus z plus cot inverse, here you have zx plus 1 upon z minus x. Now with the help of this region, due to that region, if you convert it in tan, so your first term can be written as tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy. Okay, no problem. 1 plus xy. In the same way, second term is written as tan inverse y minus z. Oh, here you have yz plus 1. Okay, so tan inverse y minus z upon 1 plus yz, and the third term be written as pi plus tan inverse z minus x, z minus x upon 1 plus zx, 1 plus zx. So you can write in this way. Understand? Now uh, the first term, this one can be written as tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. So write it. That be equal to tan inverse x minus tan inverse y plus tan inverse y minus tan inverse z plus pi plus tan inverse z minus tan inverse x, minus tan inverse x. Now here you see that most of the term we cancel out. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse x minus tan inverse y plus tan inverse y minus tan inverse z and plus tan inverse z we cancel out. So you have only term which is left, which is pi. So that is your right side. So in this way you prove it, and here you have to check it. Oh, if you write here x minus y, so no doubt x is greater than y, and for second term y greater than z, so no doubt if you combining these two terms you have the result x is greater than z, x is greater than z. But this term, if you see third term here, you see that the complete term be less than 0. Okay. In the same way, you can solve question number 19 and 20 by yourself. Okay. Yes, that be homework. So how you solve? Just I give you a hint. Here it is given sine inverse 5 by 13 plus cos inverse 3 by 5 is equal to tan inverse 63 upon 16. Understand? So what you do with the help of triangle, sine inverse is to be converted into tan inverse. In the same way, cos inverse 3 by 5 is converted, you have to convert it in tan. Okay. And then applying the formula for tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, and no doubt you have your right side. In the same way, question number 20, you have to applying the same method. Means same method here you have to applying, convert the terms of sine inverse and cos inverse in terms of tan inverse, and you will have your result. Understand? Okay. So we solved question number 19 and 20 by you. Okay, that be homework. Now question number 21. Question number 21. So here you take left side of it. Question number 21. Okay. Left side, 9 pi by 8 minus 9 upon 4 sine inverse 1 upon 3. 1 upon 3. Okay. So you have to prove that 9 pi by 8 minus 9 by 4 sine inverse 1 upon 3 is equal to 9 by 4 sine inverse 2 root 2 upon 3. So first of all, what you do, here you see that your first term is 9 pi by 8 and minus here 9 by 4 sine inverse 1 upon 3. So here you see that you have some common in between these two terms. So what you have common here? 9 by 4. So 9 upon 4 is common. So here you have pi by 2 minus sine inverse 1 upon 3. Pi by 2 minus sine inverse 1 upon 3. And pi by 2 minus sine inverse x is equal to what? Cos inverse x. Because you have a property cos inverse x plus sine inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Understand? So pi by 2 minus sine inverse 1 upon 3 can be written as 9 by 4 into cos inverse 1 upon 3. Okay. Now just tally it with the result which be in your right side. So 9 by 4, so 9 by 4 is also there, but the result is in terms of sine. So you convert this cos in terms of sine. So how you write? Actually here you have a formula. Either you convert it with the help of triangle, or you can do it directly also. So here that means triangle method is easy for you. So just here we applying, suppose here you make a triangle and here you have given cos inverse 1 upon 3 which is base upon hypotenuse, base upon hypotenuse. So 1 is base and hypotenuse is 3. So its perpendicular is under root square of 3 and minus 1. So 9 minus 1 which is 8 and is equal to 2 root 2. 8 can be written as 2 root 2. So here you have 9 by 4 sine inverse, yes, perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So you can write 2 root 2 divided by 3, and that is your right side. That is your right side. So in this way, you can solve it very easily. Now, question number 22. Question number 22 is, here you have to prove tan inverse 1 by 4 plus tan inverse 2 upon 9 is equal to 1 upon 2 cos inverse 3 by 5. So just check it how you solve. Here you take left side, and that question is question number 22. Okay. So 22. Here you take left side and is equal to tan inverse 1 upon 4 plus tan inverse 2 upon 9. Tan inverse 2 upon 9. मम्मी से दोनों बात कर लेना. Tan inverse 1 by 4 plus tan inverse 2 upon 9. Okay. Now here you applying the formula for tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, and check it what you have. So tan inverse x plus y, so 1 by 4 plus 2 upon 9 whole divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into 2 upon 9. Okay, and simplifying it. So that is equal to tan inverse. If you are taking LCM, so the LCM is 36. So here you have 9 plus 8 upon 36 minus 2, which is 34. So that can be written as tan inverse 17 by 34, that means 1 by 2. So here you have tan inverse 1 upon 2. But your right side is 1 upon 2 tan inverse 3 by 5. So what you do in that case? You have first you have to multiplying and dividing by 2 to this term. Here you can write, okay. So this can be written as that be equal to 1 upon 2 into 2 tan inverse 1 upon 2. 1 by 2 into 2 tan inverse 1 upon 2. Now applying the formula for 2 tan inverse x. Understand? So 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 into tan inverse 2x means 2 into 1 by 2 whole divided by 1 minus x square. So you can write 1 by 4. So 2 and 2 is cancel out. So you have 1 by 2 tan inverse 3 by 4. Here you have 1 upon 3 by 4. So that be written as 4 by 3. 1 upon 2 tan inverse 4 by 3. So here you have result like that. Understand? Now you convert into cos with the help of, yes, triangle. So if you write here tan inverse 4 by 3, so 4 is perpendicular and 3 is base. So no doubt hypotenuse is 5. So you can write it in terms of cos. So base upon hypotenuse, so 3 by 5. Yes, so you can write it directly also. So 1 by 2 cos inverse 3 by 5, which is your right side. So in this way, you can prove its result. Okay, so sometimes we have to convert as per the result which is to be obtained. So here you see that we have to multiplying and dividing by 2 by own and then applying the formula for 2 tan inverse x. That's why it be completely converted into tan inverse and it be easily expressed in a form of cos. So in this way, we have to complete it question number 22. Now in 21, here you have 3 parts. Just you see that in this question, domain that is also defined. Okay. So in first part and second part, here you see that your left side is same. Left side is same. But as per the domain, here you have seen that your results are varying. Understand? So in first part here you have to prove that sine inverse 2x under root 1 minus x square is equal to 2 sine inverse x, and that be written wherever mod of x is less or equal to 1 by root 2. So what does it mean when you say mod of x is less or equal to 1 by root 2? So that means x is greater or equal to minus 1 by root 2 and less or equal to 1 by root 2. Understand? Okay, just see how you solve such type of question. So question number 23. Okay, first part, here you take left side and the question is sine inverse 2x under root 1 minus x square, and here it is given mod of x is less or equal to 1 by root 2. Here it is given mod of x is less or equal to 1 by root 2. So what you do in this case, here you have to substitute x is equal to sine theta. Okay, so substitute here. So here you assume let x is equal to sine theta. So if you assume x is equal to sine theta, no doubt the value of x for which it is invertible is belongs to -1 to 1. You can say that be from -1 to 1. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 for this one, in which sine theta becomes invertible here. So you can say that for x is equal to sine theta, your theta belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Understand? So that be the domain in which it becomes invertible. Okay. So what about theta? So theta is equal to sine inverse x. Theta is equal to sine inverse x, and that theta, yes, write it here, that theta is greater or equal to minus pi by 2 and less or equal to pi by 2. So that be the situation in which you can say that any sine function is invertible. Okay, so that be the branch, that means the range of sine inverse x, you can say it. Okay, now if you putting here, so what you have, so you can write sine inverse 2 sine theta, and if you put it here under root 1 minus sine square theta, so that is cos theta. Okay, so write it cos theta, and is equal to sine inverse sine 2 theta, sine inverse sine 2 theta. Now just see about it. If you are saying here it is sine inverse sine 2 theta, so you have the formula sine inverse sine x is equal to x, and sine inverse sine x is equal to x when x belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, then only you can say that it be possible, it be possible. So no doubt this 2 theta, if you write it here sine inverse sine 2 theta is equal to 2 theta, so that 2 theta is to be belong in between the given interval. Okay, that be the interval of that in which satisfying the condition. So just see it, what is given here. Here it is given x is greater or equal to minus 1 by root 2 to 1 by root 2. Here it is given. So if x is this one, and here you assume x is equal to sine theta, so what about sine theta? So you can say the value of sine theta is greater or equal to minus pi by 4 and less or equal to pi by 4. You can say in this way. If you applying sine, theta, here you write theta. Yes, if you are saying x is x belongs to minus pi 1 by root 2 to 1 by root 2, so no doubt if you are taking theta, so you can say theta is greater or equal to minus pi by 4 and less or equal to pi by 4. So now just see it, what about 2 theta? So 2 theta is greater or equal to minus pi by 2 and less or equal to pi by 2. So here you see that that 2 theta belongs to the that is that interval in which it becomes invertible. So you can written it as 2 theta. Now the value of 2 theta is, theta is sine inverse x. So here you can write 2 sine inverse x, and that is your right side. That is your right side. So in this way, you can solve it. In this way, you can solve it. Okay. Now, if you have seen, that means it's B part. So in B part here it is given x is greater or equal to 0 and less than pi. So here your result is that means required result is cos theta. So if you assume x is equal to cos theta, so no doubt if you assume x is equal to cos theta, so theta belongs to close interval 0 to pi. That they belongs to close interval 0 to pi. So what you do, if you have if you are saying here ki x greater or equal to 0 and less than pi, so what about cos theta, then theta? So theta you can say theta belongs to 0 to pi by 2. Here you can say that theta belongs to 0 to pi by 2. So what about 2 theta? That is 0 to pi. That will be 0 to pi. That's why here only the purpose to given such type of question is only for understanding the values. That means the domain, that means when the domain of the function is already defined here. That means that be given, then how you build up your concept. Okay. So how you write, oh, that be equal to 2 cos inverse x. The purpose is that only if you write here 2 theta, so that 2 theta must belongs to that means required interval. Okay, for the given interval. Understand? Okay. So come to next point, that is B section. Yes, solve it. So I think B part is easy for you. Okay. Now in B part, here you see that function is same, sine inverse 2x under root 1 minus x square. Okay. And here you have to prove that what is given here, x greater than 1 by root 2 and less or equal to 1. Okay. Write it. X greater or equal to 1 by root 2 and less or equal to 1, that is given in B part. Okay. So here you assume let x is equal to cos theta. So if you are saying x is equal to cos theta, so as per rule, if you write theta is equal to cos inverse x, so what you say here from this situation, if you are saying x is greater or equal to 1 by root 2 and less or equal to 1, so due to that reason, you can say theta is greater or equal to pi by 4, and sorry, here you change the inequality, greater or equal to 0 and less or equal to pi by 4. You can write in this way. Means here you have to write the true result, but not written in this form. Oh, cos 0 is 1, so we can write theta greater or equal to pi by 4 and less or equal to 0. So in this case, you have no any value of theta in that case. Okay. So here you see that if x is greater or equal to 1 by root 2 and less or equal to 1, so due to that reason, here you assume x is equal to cos theta, so your theta is greater or equal to 0 and less or equal to pi by 4. Understand? Now substitute its value. So again you have the same that means type of result, sine inverse 2 cos x, and here you have sine x, that is sorry theta, and that be equal to sine inverse sine theta, sine inverse sine 2 theta, sorry, sine inverse sine 2 theta. So just see it. Here you have sine inverse sine 2 theta, and that be equal to 2 theta whenever this 2 theta completely belongs to the domain of sine in which it become 1 1. That means minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. The reason is that. Okay. So just check it. So if you have like that theta greater than 0 and less or equal to this one, so what about 2 theta? So 2 theta is greater or equal to 0 and less or equal to pi by 2. So here you can say that 0 to pi by 2 belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 also in closed interval. You can say it. Okay. So that interval lying in the interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So here you can say that complete interval 0 to pi by 2 also belongs to the interval what? Which interval? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So you can write it as 2 theta. Now putting the value of theta, and you have 2 cos inverse x, which is your right side. Which is your right side. So in this way, you can solve it. Now, question number 3rd, you can solve it by own. Here it is given x is greater or equal to 0 and less or equal to 1. So no doubt that be your first quadrant. Here you substitute x is equal to cos theta. So as per here given result, if it is 0 to 1, so you can say that it belongs to 0 to pi by 2, 0 to pi by 2. Now, if you're taking its 2 times, so it belongs to 0 to pi. Understand? And your left side become 2 cos square theta minus 1, which is cos 2 theta. And you know, cos inverse cos 2 theta is equal to 2 theta. And in this way, you can very easily find its value. That means right side. Okay. So you do it by your own. Now come to 8th question. Yes, 7th question is completed. There are so many parts in 7 questions. Actually, that we given only in such a way that you have to practice a lot uh, for proving of questions, different type of questions. Okay. So eighth question is also proving type, but here you have to, that means here some function is given and you have to prove the result in this way. So your question is y is equal to cot inverse under root cos x minus tan inverse under root cos x, and you have to prove that sine y is equal to tan square x by 2. Here you have to prove that in this way. So what you do in that case, here you see that one of the term is in cot and the other in tan. So if you want, you convert tan inverse in terms, sorry, in term, that means the terms of cot inverse in tan inverse. So cot inverse under root cos x can be written as pi by 2 minus tan inverse under root cos x. Okay, so just check it how you solve. Now question number 8, left side. Here it is given y is equal to cot inverse under root cos x plus sine inverse under root, sorry, tan inverse under root cos x. Here it is given. Understand? So this cot inverse pi by, that means cot inverse under root cos x can be written as pi by 2 minus tan inverse under root cos x minus tan inverse under root cos x. So that be pi by 2 minus 2 tan inverse under root cos x. 2 tan inverse under root cos x. Okay. Now applying the formula for 2 tan inverse x. And you know 2 tan inverse x is tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square. So write it. So that is equal to pi by 2 minus tan inverse 2x. So write 2 cos x upon under root 1 minus cos x. So here you have a result in this way. Oh, here just wait. Here you have to, that means form the result in terms of sine and x by 2, tan square x by 2. Okay, so that root is also want to remove. So here you applying the formula of cos. Just wait, beta. Just wait. 2 tan inverse x. Actually, here you have a formula. 2 tan inverse x is in terms of cos inverse. Okay. So you can applying here cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. So you applying here in this way. So 2 tan inverse x is equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square. So write here cos x upon 1 plus cos x. Okay, so you write in this way. Here we applying this formula. That's why we have, that means root sign is removed. Okay, so that can be written as pi by 2 minus cos inverse 1 minus cos x is 2 sine square x by 2 upon 2 cos square x by 2. 2 cos square x by 2. So here you see that 2 and 2 is cancel out. 2 and 2 is cancel out, and you have that we cancel out, and you have y is equal to pi by 2 minus cos tan square x by 2. You have result like that. Y is equal to pi by 2 minus cos inverse, yes, cos inverse tan square 1 by 2. Okay, so in this way you see that some term is here you find. Okay, so what about this one? Okay, so you can write cos inverse tan square x by 2 is equal to pi by 2 minus y. So what about tan square? So tan square x by 2 is equal to cos pi by 2 minus y. And cos pi by 2 minus y is equal to sine in square. Sine cos pi by 2 minus theta is sine. So you can write it as sine y. So that is equal to sine y, and it proves your result. So here you have tan square x by 2 is equal to sine y. Okay. So that question is also important question. Question number 8. Now come to question number 9. If tan inverse x plus tan inverse y plus tan inverse z is equal to pi by 2, and here it is given x and y, z all are positive, then find the value of xy plus yz plus zx. Okay, just see it, how you find its value. Question number 9, that question is of only 1 mark. So 1 or 2 marks. Here it is given tan inverse x plus tan inverse y plus tan inverse z is equal to pi by 2. So here you write tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, that be equal to pi by 2 minus tan inverse z. Or here you applying the formula for tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. So you have tan inverse x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. X plus y upon 1 minus xy, and is equal to cot inverse z. That is equal to cot inverse z. Understand? And here it is given z is greater than 0. So it can be written as tan inverse 1 by z. So that is equal to tan inverse 1 upon z. Not so tan inverse be removed. So this implies x plus y upon 1 minus xy is equal to 1 upon z. Taking cross multiply, xz plus yz is equal to 1 minus xy, or you have xy plus yz plus zx is equal to 1. That be equal to 1. So in this way, you can find its value, that be equal to 1. So your homework, that means homework is given from your assignment. The question which be left, you trying to solve in your notebook, and from tomorrow we have to solve such type of question where the equation type, that is inverse trigonometric equations are given, and you trying to solve the values of that. That means you have to solve the values of x from it, that means solve for it. Okay, so sometime that means बहुत ही जल्दीबाजी में आप जब पेपर देना शुरू करते हो एग्जाम में ना, प्रेशर में, so just I seen so many, that means answer copy, that the question is solve for x, but you trying to prove it. You here trying to prove it. Oh, why you are trying to prove it? Here the question is given solve for x, means you have to solve it. You have to solve and trying to find the value of x, but you are not, that means read the sentence thoroughly. Only you see, oh, inverse trigonometric function is given, so we have to prove it. You trying to